what I'm going to do now is show you what I'm doing for a friend of mine. I've never met him before, but he's a fellow YouTuber, same as me, and he keeps watching me videos on the radio, and he's like, oh, I like this, I want to get into this. So I said, alright, I'll help you out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compile a box of bits, and this box of bits this is going to be the box. It's an old, well, not an old, it's an nappy box, but there you go. Limited edition Winnie the Pooh nappies, my friend. That's the box I'm going to be using, just to put bits and bobs in to post off to him to get him going. He's going to have to buy his own radio because I'm not that rich. I can't afford to buy him a radio. But this is just bits and bobs that I'm collecting, you know, just to send off to get him started. But I've got this SWR meter. It measures up to 10 watts in power, so he can measure, you know, I think he's going to need an amp if he wants to get over here. I mean, I regularly speak to people over on his side of the water. He's on the other side of the River Thames to me, and I regularly speak to people over there. I don't know whether they're actually in his location or not, but I regularly speak to people on that side of the water. But they usually are running more than 4 watts, and a standard CB radio will do 4 watts, and I believe he's going to get a Midland 98, a Midland Allen 98 plus. I think he's going to get. He's bidding on one on eBay at the minute, brand new. I believe he's going to bid on that, in which case that will do 4 watts. So he'll be able to measure the power and the SWR with this meter, but as soon as he wants to run an amp, he's going to have to get another one, because this will only do up to 10 watts. Putting more than 10 watts in it, it will cook it, and it won't be no good anymore. It will just fry it to bits. But yeah, Liam, you'll better put up to 4 watts in. Sorry, up to 10 watts. But your radio, if you get that Midland Allen, just 4 watts, so you'll be well safe. You'll better measure your SWR of your antenna with this. I believe it does work. It's a little bit tatty. It's probably from, I think this particular one's from 1988, something like that. I don't really want to get rid of it, but it's the only one that I have that I don't actually use, apart from a Scopo one. You could have the Scopo one, but yeah, never mind. So this is going to go in the box. Put that in the box. I'm going to pack everything up nice and neatly before I send it, but for now I'm just going to put things in the box. Once they're in the box, Mr. Liam, they're yours. And once the box is full up, everything that you're going to need, I'll post it off. You just have to get yourself a radio, but you're going to bid on that Midland Allen, aren't you? So I did have, because at first he was going to go mobile, and I did have a mobile antenna system, you know, with a nice little mag mount and a mobile antenna, lovely jubbly. But it turns out he's not really going to be able to get that far with mobile. He's definitely not going to get over here unless he goes on top of a hill. There's going to be all kinds of things in the way there. So the best option is to go home base. So he's going to get himself maybe a Thunderpole 5 antenna, just basic silver rod or something. That would do perfect. He's going to mount it up on top of his music room, I think, as far as I know. That'll take, what, half an hour. Mount that up there. If I can get some coax, I might better put a bit of coax in your box. You'll have to solder on your PL259. What we got here? We've got some coax there. I did have some more coax, but I don't know what I've actually done with it. It was in here, in amongst all this mumbo jumbo. But we've got some coax here. What is this though? I think it's just RG58, 50 ohms, RG58, but I've got a funny feeling it might be the knockoff version, because I bought some from eBay. No, I think that is the real coax. I bought some from eBay, and I didn't realise it was the cheap knockoff. It weren't the real RG58, but I think this is the real one. So I'll have to see what you're going to do. If not, you need to measure, Mr. Liam. You need to measure how much coax you're going to need from the bottom of your antenna mast, yeah, where your antenna is, going into where your shack's going to be, if I were you, I would have an extra 2 or 3 feet in case you want to move your radio around in your shack, yeah? So you can just pull it through. And also you can create an RF choke as well. I'll explain about RF chokes at some point so you understand. But if I've got enough of this coax, you can have this coax. If not, you have to buy it yourself. I'd recommend getting the RG213U coax, which is thicker. But if you're on a budget, you know, this will do. It's about, I don't know, £8 or something. So your box is going to start filling up soon. Like I said, you ain't going to need the antenna anymore. So far I've got an SWR power meter that you can have in line. You're going to need to get yourself a power supply. I've got a power supply. That will power up just your radio. That particular one there will power up just your radio. It won't be enough to power up a burner. But I'm sure, you know, if you're definitely going to run a burner, like if you want them B300s that are down there, once they get repaired, we'll find you a nice, I'll get you a 20 amp PSU. That'll be plenty, because I think those B300s take 10 amps on maximum. So you want a 20 amp because you want to leave some leeway, you know. You're going to have a nice box full of stuff. I'll post it over to you. Anything that, you know, you're looking about on websites and things, so anything you need to know or want to know, just let me know and I'll put it in a box. Incidentally, you know, it's going to be a long shot, but if anyone, any of my subscribers, I'll put a link to Liam's channel, but if anyone wants to donate some CB items, you can either post them straight to him, contact him and get them straight to him, or you can get them to me and I'll put them in the box and we'll send him the box off in one go. You're probably better off just posting them straight to him, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, he's never been on the radio before, knows nothing about radio, but he wants to get into it. So good luck, my friend. Soon you'll be on the radio, you'll be on the air, you'll be going around the airwaves, your own voice will be travelling for miles. You might even get around the country. You get around the world, I would have thought, depending on the propagation and all the weather conditions, but we'll go into that at some point. But for now, we'll get you up and running, we'll get you started. So there's your little box. Your little box there is going to sit under my bench under there, and every time I get an item or something that I think that will do for Liam, I'll put it in the box. And like I said, once everything's done, once you've got your radio, get your radio first, then I'll post everything off and the antenna. Sweet.